Today's episode is sponsored by Truebill. I think we all racked up a lot of streaming subscriptions over the last year and a half that we're not even watching anymore. Find and cancel useless subscriptions with Truebill. Truebill is the new app that helps you identify and stop paying for subscriptions that you don't need, want, or simply forgot about. On average, people save up to $720 a year with Truebill. Join the more than 2 million Truebill members taking back financial control. Go to the App Store or Google Play today and download Truebill today for free. Don't fall for subscription scams. Start canceling today at Truebill.com/out. Today's sponsor is brought to you by BetterHelp. That's BetterHelp, H-E-L-P. You don't have to limit yourself to the counselors located near you. You can find the particular expertise that you need online. BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with a licensed professional therapist. Some of the things our counselors specialize in are anxiety, depression, LGBTQ matters, relationships, and a lot more. So as a listener, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting our sponsor at betterhelp.com/outspoken. And join over the 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/outspoken. Hey everyone, welcome to episode 52 of Outspoken. Hope you are all having a great life, like I always say. Again, happy holidays. Hope you all have a very great holiday. This is what I got for you today, alright? I got a YouTube video to a guy I reacted to on my main channel. I haven't showed you him at all on the podcast yet. But there's this video that this guy made, and it says, it's called, Why Gays, Atheists, and Feminists Are So Homophobic. And I thought it would be very entertaining. I watched the first few minutes of it to see if it was worth it, and, well, it was worth it. So, so that's all I got for you today. And then I'm actually going to start off with something different. It's a quick little update. And then I have LGBTQ stories for you. So, I wanted to start you off with this beautiful update. So, if you watched, I don't know if it was my last podcast? I don't know. I can't keep track of time anymore. The Transphobic Book for Children. Okay, so since the episode came out and since the video came out, I think a couple other people made a video about this as well. That Johnny the Walrus book by Matt Walsh. Remember the one I was talking about? If you haven't seen the episode, this guy, this YouTuber, made a children's book, and it was basically mocking transgender people. And he went to a classroom and he read it, and then it was being sold on Amazon under the LGBTQ section, and then it was being sold in Target and other stores. And I think he posted this on his YouTube, and he said, "The canceling has begun. Target removed Johnny the Walrus from their website, and Amazon removed my best-selling LGBT children's book from their LGBT book list. This is an unconscionable..." That's not how you say that word. Unshawnable? I've never seen this word in my life, and I've seen a lot of words. UNCONSCIONABLE. I don't know what the fuck that says. Anyways, this is a blank attack on gay rights. Get your copy while you can. And I just thought it was very ironic that that all of his stuff got pulled after I put out a video. And I'm not saying that we have anything to do with it, but we might have something to do with it. You guys might be a little crazy, I don't really know. So let's check out this video now. Why gays, atheists, and feminists are so homophobic. I don't know why he threw in atheists. I just feel like that doesn't have anything to do with anything. But okay, let's see what he says.
I've been trying to figure out why atheists, leftists, feminists, why they're all so homophobic despite preaching pride and acceptance and tolerance. Because in one of my recent videos, which I looked back and watched it, and I felt that I was so calm, so kind, so rational. People are dropping these comments telling me to come out because they hope, they're desperate to believe that I must be gay because they are intimidated by straight men with traditional beliefs.
First of all, before, some of you might not know this, I reacted to this guy on my main channel, and he basically, I even forget the video, he basically made a video telling women what they should and shouldn't be doing, and it was just very misogynistic, and it just was not a good video at all. And a lot of his videos are just not good. And he says that he has traditional beliefs or whatever, but his beliefs are very over the top. And to me, it just seems like he hates women. So that's why he gets a lot of hate comments and stuff like that. Hence why he made this video.
Because I guess they feel like people like us are going to oppress them or something like that. I don't really understand it. But I've been trying to think a little bit more about this. I'm going to share some of my insights. So why leftists are so homophobic is because, first of all, who is the father of lies? If you're a Christian, you know the answer to that question is it's the devil.
First of all, Sam Collins is the father of lies. I'm the devil, okay? Relax, it's me.
So the father of lies is the devil. So that means that what they are saying is a lie. They'll say that Christians are homophobic because, first of all, I'm not afraid. If a gay person is sitting right next to me, I'm not running away petrified. Okay, so this is the whole idea that you're afraid of.
Oh my God, shut the One of my one of my biggest pet peeves with these people is they love to take because they always like to say, I'm not transphobic, I'm not scared of trans people. It's like, okay, essentially, yes, you are. You might not run away when you see them. You might not go, when you see them, but you are uncomfortable with them because you don't understand them. So therefore, you have a fear. It's the fear of the unknown. I mean, that's just how I look at it. But that's not in the definition. Homophobic right here says, having or showing a dislike of or prejudice against gay people. That's the definition when you look it up. It doesn't say scared of gay people. It literally says dislike or prejudice against gay people. So I don't know why people like this guy always use that in their arguments, because, I mean, I guess I know why. Because if they try to take such a literal meaning, phobia, and say that they aren't homophobic because they're not running away, they can justify their actual homophobic actions. Okay, it makes sense now. I get it. I understand why they use it.
So no, I'm not afraid of gay people, but if someone like a drag queen sat down next to me, I might be a bit repulsed by it. But I shouldn't be, because Jesus sat down with the sinners because he wanted to bring the sinners unto repentance.
The thing about this guy is that he's actually being serious. Like, if you take a look at the look on his face, he's like, you know, I'm not scared of gay people, but if a drag queen did sit next to me, maybe, like, perhaps I would be a little uncomfortable. Like, why are you telling us this? Also, on what occasion would a drag queen come and come and sit down next to you? What, are you gonna go on RuPaul's Drag Race? Is that what's going on? Why would you ever be in a situation where a drag queen's gonna sit next to you?
So you shouldn't be afraid of people that look a bit strange because of their makeup, and men look like women, and so on and so forth. But why is it that they're the ones that are actually homophobic? That's the truth. I'm not homophobic. I just believe that marriage should be between a man and a woman. I think it's a joke. I think gays think it's a joke to get married because we know how promiscuous they are. They don't want to get married.
Fuck. Dude. Is this guy self-aware? First of all, referring to gay people as gays just sounds ignorant, in my opinion. That's like, and the transes. Like, yeah, and the gays? What the fuck do you mean? And also, that's very funny that you call gay people promiscuous, because you know that like 50% of marriages today, even straight marriages, end in divorce. And there have been so many occasions where straight people have been cheated on. So what are you talking about? And straight people also do hookups too. Like, everyone has sex, okay? Everyone is having sex. You gotta get with the program. I'm sorry.
So it's a joke. It's all a joke. Again, it's a lie. It's a lie. Even the Supreme Court in the United States thinks that legalizing gay marriage would strengthen the institution of marriage. I think we can see with our own eyes how strong the institution of marriage is today. It's not very strong. It's very weak. Weaker than it has ever been. That's why marriage rates are going down.
I wonder why. Do you guys wonder why the marriage rates are going down? Oh, probably. Probably because people are realizing that they don't have to stay with the same person, even if they're getting treated like shit. Because back in the day, you had to stay with that person or you were like shunned. You couldn't break up. People would stay together because of their families and stuff like that. But I think as society progresses, people just don't care as much, and they care more about themselves than what other people think. And I just think people are finding out that, hey, it might not be that easy to be married because this guy's a piece of shit. This woman's a piece of shit. I don't want to be married to you. Peace. Like, that's what's happening, you know?
No one wants to get married because people don't believe in love. They believe in just sleeping around and enjoying every minute of the day and flooding their brains with dopamine 24/7 and never having a dull moment in their life, yet their entire life is miserable and dull because they can't find the true meaning and purpose that anchors their lives in something that's greater than themselves.
I mean, he's not wrong. We all do hate our life, right? Oh, we don't? Oh, shit. Oh, damn. Well, this is awkward. I thought you were going to agree with me.
So to get back to this topic here is so many comments desperately hoping, and it's not just on this video, I've seen it all the time, and I normally ignore these things, but I wanted to make this video just to call out the hypocrisy there. They pretend that we're homophobic, and then they use their own homophobia to diminish other people's masculinity. Because if I come out as gay, then it gives them comfort, because then they have a logical explanation in their head as to why I am the one that's incorrect, instead of opening themselves up to the possibility that actually they are the ones that are wrong about reality.
So a lot of people have loved to comment on this guy's video saying like he's closeted or whatever, just based on his previous videos. If you guys have never seen them, there is an idea that is very popular that when somebody is homophobic or whatever, it's because they're projecting and they are gay themselves. That's a thing that a lot of people say, and it's a thing that is sometimes true. I don't think it is progressive to say that about somebody, because it's not nice. It's almost like, I mean, it's not like a nice thing to say, because it kind of falls back onto the LGBT community, right? Like, you're homophobic because you're closeted and gay. Putting that idea onto him and thinking the only reason that he can be homophobic is because he himself is gay, I feel like that isn't doing anything. I feel like this is just not a good thing. I don't know how to word it. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, people can just simply be bad people. Today's episode is sponsored by Truebill. I think we all racked up a lot of streaming subscriptions over the last year and a half that we're not even watching anymore. Find and cancel useless subscriptions with Truebill. Truebill is the new app that helps you identify and stop paying for subscriptions that you don't need, want, or simply forgot about. On average, people save up to $720 a year with Truebill. Because companies make subscriptions hard to cancel, Truebill makes it incredibly simple. Just link your accounts and Truebill will cancel your unwanted subscriptions in one tap. And your Truebill concierge is there when you need them to cancel unwanted subscriptions, so you don't have to. Earlier this year, I downloaded Truebill, and it showed me all of my monthly subscriptions. I realized that I was subscribed to random apps and streaming companies that I totally forgot about. So I got on Truebill, canceled all of them, and they've already saved me hundreds of dollars. And by the way, stay on top of your spending with Truebill. Get an effortless breakdown of your finances to see where your money is going and how to improve. Truebill will notify you of important events that need your attention so you're never caught off guard again. Join the more than 2 million Truebill members taking back financial control. Go to the App Store or Google Play today and download Truebill today for free. Don't fall for subscription scams. Start canceling today at truebill.com/out. And go right now. Truebill.com/out. It could save you thousands a year. Truebill.com/out.
So if I'm gay, then I'm not as strong. And that is the homophobia. Because these are the same people that will tell you gay people can be just as masculine as straight men. That was at least several years ago. I don't think people really complain about that anymore because that stereotype has kind of gone away now, and I think people just get silenced. But the newer one is that a transgender man is the same as a biological man. He's just as masculine, even though genetically they're a female. They have XX chromosome. I mean, they're not a male, but they think in their head that they are as a gender, as a man. So these are people want you to think that gay men can be just as masculine and transgender men can be just as masculine as real men with XY chromosomes that are straight and are attracted to highly feminine women. And
masculinity and femininity are just fucking stereotypes and gender roles that were created within society. Sorry to say it, I have seen very masculine females, women who identify as women, who would knock your lights out in 5 seconds. In 5 seconds. Gay men can be masculine too. I don't know why he said real men with an XY chromosome. Gay men who are cis men have those chromosomes too, my friend, and they can be just as masculine or even more masculine than you. So,
and they actually want to think that those people can be just as masculine as this straight guy who is in his design as God intended. But then they will call the straight man gay for exposing his straightness. Because when I talk about why women are childless and single at the age of 50, this is 1 in 5 women in the UK, in Ireland, and in many other Western countries. 1 in 5 women suffer tremendously because the feminists and leftists ignore their suffering and because they don't have kids. So 1 in 5 women don't have kids by the age of 60, and they suffer. They suffer tremendously for it, and that's what, you know, one of the previous videos was all about. And they ignore the suffering of these people.
All right. You gotta hit the brakes there for a second. Maybe people just get the interpretation that you hate women. That was the interpretation that I had within 2 minutes of one of your videos. And that's why they're just trolling you and they're leaving comments like that, because you genuinely sound like you don't like women. And also, I don't know what the statistics are that he's talking about, but like not every woman wants children also. Like just because you are childless doesn't mean that you are miserable.
So why, how does, if I'm gay, why would I think that? This is what I don't understand. I truly have never understood this. I think their logic is that if you are gay but you haven't come out yet, because I've been called closeted gay, then you have some repressed anger. But why would you have repressed anger if you're closeted gay? Because maybe they think that because society, and look, this is me trying to figure out how a heathen thinks, okay? It's a little bit difficult, so just bear with me here. So they think that because you're closeted gay, you are frustrated, and so then you are letting out that frustration on women. So first error is, why is every closeted gay assumed to be frustrated? That I think is homophobic in and of itself, because it's basically saying you know what every gay person's going through. It's extremely just ignorant opinion. I mean, have you interviewed every closeted gay out there?
Ah, weird. That's kind of what I was saying before. Yeah, I'm going to let him continue before I agree with him.
And ask them, are you frustrated? Are you frustrated? Do you go on YouTube making women because you're gay? I don't think so. I don't think closeted gays typically go out of their way to promote traditional values in society. I have never seen that in my life. I've never seen any evidence, any closeted gay individual promote traditional values.
No, so see, he has a point there, of course. Like, why would you be doing that if you are gay? You're not closeted and gay, you're just homophobic. That's the, you're beating down the only other option here that people are calling you, and so now we're just left with, oh, you're pretty homophobic. So
I do not understand that. But of course, in their minds, they don't think I'm promoting traditional values. They think I'm hating women, because they think traditional values basically is a form of misogyny or something like that. Again,
you know, traditional values like, what can we say? Women shouldn't work. Basically, women aren't worthy of working. Women shouldn't be independent. Women couldn't get credit cards until the 70s, by the way. There's just a lot of things in traditional values where women were valued less than men, which essentially means that they were misogynistic. And obviously not every single traditional value is misogynistic and stuff like that. But a lot of them are rooted in misogyny, and women were definitely and still are looked at as weak. Just literally take a look at history. Also, why has there never been a woman U.S. president? Where are they? Where is she? It's just that women have always been looked down upon, and when you're trying to talk about going back to traditional values and going back in time and stuff like that, people aren't going to be a fan of it, because they're going to be like, why do you want to go back to traditional values? Back in the times where women couldn't do this and women couldn't do that, and women had to do this, women had to be this way, had to be this way, whatever, to please the man in her life or something like that. That's why people look at it as misogynistic, because it only makes fucking sense if you literally just look back at history.
That's why it's so hard for me to make videos like this, because you're trying to understand people who aren't logical. They're spiritually blind, and they're in a dark place, and they just don't like straight people. There's a war on straight people and straight men and straight women.
There's a war on the straights. fuck them all. I don't feel like there's a war on straight people. I feel privileged and safe that I can hold my fiance's hand in public. If she wasn't a woman and she was a man, okay, if I was engaged to a man instead and I had to hold a man's hand, I wouldn't feel as safe, because I would feel judged, and I would feel like someone could attack me, or someone could harass me, or someone could hit me with their car, or anything like that. You never know. So there's not a war on straight people. Please, making fun of straight people is not, just don't cry about it. Stop. Today's sponsor is brought to you by BetterHelp. That's BetterHelp, H-E-L-P. You don't have to limit yourself to the counselors located near you. You can find the particular expertise that you need online. BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with a licensed professional therapist. Some of the things our counselors specialize in are anxiety, depression, LGBTQ matters, relationships, and a lot more. You can schedule weekly video or phone sessions with your counselor, and you will get timely and thoughtful responses. And BetterHelp is committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches, so they make it easy and free to change counselors if you need to. It's more affordable than traditional offline counseling, and financial aid is available. By the way, their service is available for anybody worldwide. You can contact your counselor by phone call, video call, or text if that's something you prefer. So as a listener, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting our sponsor at betterhelp.com/outspoken. And join over the 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/outspoken.
So I'm trying to figure this out. So we already established that probably not every closeted gay person has some repressed anger. Maybe some do, because they feel like society doesn't want them to express themselves, which is a lie, because clearly society is more gay accepting than ever before. So it's not really. But maybe they're a more traditional family, and their parents they feel like they would disappoint their parents because they can't come out. But here's the thing: instead of encouraging people to come out, why don't we encourage them to deny themselves on the cross and say, look, if God is real, I'd rather be saved eternally than go to hell.
Please, this is not... Why is this conversation getting to this point? Not everyone is going to follow your religion, so that doesn't even make any sense. You can't convert everybody into your own religion, okay? There's how many religions are there? 100? No one's going to be like, well, actually, I guess people have probably done that, but that is such an unrealistic expectation. You're gay? Well, deny it. Go to conversion therapy and start reading the Bible. Your life will be great. No, that will make everything worse. 5 years down the line, you'll be like, shit, I am still gay as fuck. Now what?
If you're a gay person and you believe that, okay, maybe I should deny myself on the cross, you wouldn't have repressed anger. That type of... So yeah, anyway. So that's the first flaw. Then the next flaw is, okay, let's say they do have a repressed anger. Why would they then target women? Well, it kind of makes sense, right? This is how the simpleton thinks. Person with a very simple-minded thinking, they will have this very simple cause and effect. I didn't get this, so I'm going to harm that because I can't have that. Now, personally, in my personal life, I don't know anybody that's that stupid.
Dude, okay. Whatever, anecdotal. There are so many occasions where people do this when they can't have something that they want, and then they project. They're angry and they project. Everyone has done that once in their life, at least. Whether you were a child or whether you were a grown adult, everyone has done that once in their life. So, I just think it's funny that he said that he knows nobody that has done that, but people do that. And LGBT people do that. That's why people have made the stereotype onto you, because I did that when I was trans, when I first transitioned and stuff. I was a little bit like transphobic, and I had internalized transphobia, and I projected it onto other people who were happy about being trans and stuff like that. And, you know, it's like an experience that a lot of us go through. So, I mean, if you haven't gone through that, thumbs up for you. But some of us have been not the best to ourselves and others because we internalize everything and we feel bad about all of it.
But the average person is probably is basically acts like a baboon, and they are going to seek this type of vengeance, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. So that's why people typically think of me as an incel or a misogynist, because if I can't get women, then I have this mentality, it's an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. But if that was true, then I think my videos would have a much more simpler character. My content would have a simpler character, and it wouldn't have transformed the lives of thousands of women who have successfully escaped feminism and reconnected to their godly womanhood. So
why would a woman ever want to escape feminism? I mean, feminism is literally the act of getting equality for women so they are equal human beings. Like, why would anybody disagree with that? That's I've always had a hard time understanding that. So why do you want to take equality away from women? See, that sounds misogynistic. You don't want them to have equality or fight for equality?
Because it seems to be that the people that are calling me gay or wishing that I was gay, they are that type. They are taking their frustration out on straight men because they couldn't be straight. They couldn't succeed as a straight person, and they had struggles with same-sex attraction. So when they see a straight guy talking about traditional values and how women can be more feminine and men should be traditionally masculine, they hate that because that didn't work for them. So the real thing is that these people are straight phobic, are whatever the term is, they're Christophobic. That's a fact.
Fuck. I hate that this guy's serious. I hate that this isn't like an actual joke, because man, people aren't leaving comments because they are jealous that you're straight. They're leaving comments because they genuinely think that you are a dick. And they're just being assholes. There's no logical explanation for it. But they're honestly just saying it because they want to fuck with you, and because it's just the stereotype that goes around sometimes. So
I guess that's my explanation of why these people are so homophobic, because the real reason is they wage a war on straight people and on Christian people and traditional people. So they wish that I was like them, and they use gay as an insult, closeted gay as an insult, which is inherently homophobic according to their definition. I mean, if I was to call someone gay as a straight guy, I'm homophobic. But why aren't they homophobic when they call me gay? So their homophobia is really a cover-up for their shame. Their shame. And what does the Bible say? It says sexual immorality brings us shame. If you were happy with yourself, you wouldn't have to come on my YouTube channel and start calling me gay.
Gay. I'm just joking. I had to do it. I had to do it to him.
But you are living in shame and despair and darkness and sickness and wickedness. And there is something better for you. And if that hurts your feelings, that's exactly how it should feel now. 6 months later, you might think very differently. So just keep yourself open to these ideas, and that shame will go away, and you won't have to shame straight people or traditional people for their views, because I don't shame gay people for their views. So that's all I have to say. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you hated it too if you're a heathen, and let me know what you guys think below. And until next time, keep it classy.
Yes, you did. You said that gay people shouldn't get married. So you do shame gay people. You also shame trans people and women. So you sound like a lot of fun. Ah ha ha ha. Yes, I am evil heathen. And I hated the video. He ended the video with like a little text on the screen, and it says, "Leave behind the sick and twisted generation." No, sorry. Sucks that you're in it though. Ha, how does it feel? Ha. Anyways, now that I've got you all revved up, I'm going to be reading you some LGBTQ stories. So stick around. Let's see what we have today, okay? So this story says, "I'm currently exploring myself and have found to be the most comfortable with the label of agender. Recently, my mom went out to buy Christmas stockings for me and my brothers. She usually writes our names on them, and she writes mine as my full name, which is a feminine one. But I like to be called by my nickname because I see it as more of a gender-neutral name. After she finished writing them, I went over to go look, and I saw that she had written my nickname on my stocking. I automatically had the biggest smile on my face, and I couldn't control it. It had totally made my day because I felt like my mom was showing me support, or at least opening up to the idea of her child being something else from what she would consider quote-unquote normal. I've given her pretty big hints. I hope one day I can fully express how I feel, and I hope she will accept it. She can sometimes be iffy when I talk about that topic, but I feel like something may have changed. I just wanted to share this story because I thought it was pretty wholesome. Thank you and have a good day. Your videos keep me going. Thank you for sending in your story. I liked this one. It was simple acts like that, little simple acts of kindness like that do show support. I think that's a supportive thing to do. I think that's a good thing to do. I think it's a really good sign because if she didn't support you and she was totally against it and she really hated it, she wouldn't have done that. But she loves you and she's doing that for you, and she knew it would make you happy, and she knew that it was a respectful thing to do. So that's really, really good news. I'm really happy about that. I hope you have a really great holiday, actually, with your new stocking. The next story says, I known that I was trans for a couple of years, and I hid it from my whole family because I knew their opinions on LGBTQ community. Specifically trans people. Since I couldn't talk to many people about my identity, I kept a journal where I wrote about anything I wanted to regarding my gender. It really helped, by the way. I recommend it if you need to let some things off your chest without actually talking in person. I was so paranoid about my family finding it though, since my siblings went into my room all the time to look for things. So I kept it safe. I kept it under my bed in a box. My siblings and I decided to switch rooms, so we were moving furniture from each other's room into new ones. Of course, I forgot about my journal since I hadn't written in it for weeks. I was hanging out in the new room when my sister knocks on my door. I opened it to see her holding my journal in her hand. My heart dropped. The wave of anxiety that hit me was so intense I thought I was going to just explode. I panicked because this specific sibling has said bad things about trans people before, including an "ew, gross" when she found out a trans person was represented in Sesame Street. And when a trans man was brought up, she weaved her way into saying, "She's a girl, though." It felt like my heart was beating out of my chest. The worst part was, I didn't even know if she read it. It was a hit or miss, and the unknown scared me even more. But then she smiled and held up the journal, asking me if I was really trans. I hesitantly said, well, it's been at the back of my mind, I guess. I didn't want to lie, but I didn't want her to tell my parents either. But instead, she suddenly hugged me and gave a whole speech about how she loves me no matter what, and you are a boy and you're amazing, and I completely support you. It was honestly so amazing, but confusing, because I didn't know why she would say those things about trans people if she supported me. We talked for a while, and she said that she only ever said that in front of my parents. She never actually felt that way, but faked it in front of them so they wouldn't get mad at her, or be suspicious that she supported trans people. My parents are very transphobic, and I understand what she did, for reasons I won't go into. It's been a couple of months since then, and she hasn't dead named or used the wrong pronouns once, except when in front of my parents. I'm honestly so grateful and happy that I have a sibling like her. Oh, that is some scary shit. If you guys ever see a journal, don't pick it up and read it. I would be so... That's like your precious, it's like the thoughts in your head that you don't say to anybody. You write it in your fucking journal. So that's terrifying. I would have passed out. I would have absolutely lost my mind. But it turned out to be a really great thing. I'm really, really happy that she's supportive. And it really sucks that your parents are transphobic, though, and say bad things about it. Obviously, that's a really shitty situation, but it's really good that you have her as a support system, because if you didn't have anybody, that would be even worse. Like if she actually was transphobic and like she found the journal and then she told her parents or something like that. So I'm really happy that you have her. It's always good to have that one person, because that one person can change so many things for you. So those were the stories. I figured I would do a couple of happy ones. You know, it's around the holidays, try to put a little smile on everybody's face. And if any of you want to send any of your stories for me to read in an episode, you can send them to outspokensam@gmail.com. I read stories at the end of every podcast episode. So thank you in advance. And thank the both of you for sending in these stories. And I'm going to go now. So I hope you all have a very great weekend, and I will see you all back in 1 week. All right. Bye.